Marcus Hayes with Fight Hub TV with my guy El Jefe. Don't care if you don't think he's the boss. That's the boss of all bosses. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Oh,
Stephen
man,
Espinoza.
it's fantastic. Fight week in Vegas, nothing better.
Tank Davis, Frank Martin, another big fight. Talk to us about this bout in particular and Tank Davis's opponent, Frank Martin, being a young, twitchy guy just like him.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, look, the one area where we're not sure about Frank, the unanswered question, is his experience, and especially experience at the top level. Other than that, he's got all the qualities to give Tank a hard time. Athletic, good fundamentals, solid punch, good all around. So, look, I put this, as hard as any fight as Tank has taken. This is a real fight.
The 100th fight card here at the illustrious MGM Grand. Talk to us about that. It's been a heck of a road since '94, huh?
Yeah, I went through the list. I think I'm at, and my memory's not what it used to be. I think I'm at 46 or 47 of the 100.
Wow.
I've been
almost 50%.
Yeah, of these I've been at in person. And look, some of my favorite fights, I was telling somebody else, Barrera-Hamed fight, that's one of the most memorable fights for me. I'm a big Barrera fan, Barrera-Morales, the Wilder fights, of course, all the Mayweather fights. It's a fantastic history.
The relationship with the folks here at MGM Grand, just an unbelievable place to put on a fight, huh?
Yeah, true fight fans. True fight fans. We did a little tribute video. People will see it as part of the show. Recapping. There's a longer version, 8 or 10 minutes, which will go out on social media. And, it got some people teary, remembering. I mean, when you open up, the very first fight is Chavez-Randall, with Chavez. With Chavez's first time knocked down, first time losing a fight.
He was 87-0 at that point.
That's quite a way to open. I mean, the venue opened with Barbra Streisand in December of '93. January '94 is Chavez-Randall, and they haven't slowed down since.
Unbelievable. Let's talk about the co-main event, which will be a main event in a lot of other places and cards, if not for Tank Davis. Alexander Vostok versus David Benavidez, El Bandana Roja, as I like to call him. I love the Mexican monster, but it's something about that El Bandana Roja, right?
Yeah, the reality here, I mean, it's such a treat to have Tank and David on the same card. I think people are overlooking the opponents and how much these are real fights. Vostok had some time off, some inactivity, but for his first fight at 175, this is a tough opponent. This is a big, strong, rugged guy, fundamentally sound. And I would say, if not for the time off, Benavidez might actually be an underdog in this fight. This is a fight. They're both fights, both main event and the co-main event are real fights.
And David Benavidez and his dad, when you talk to them, again, hell-bent on the KO. Same kind of sentiment the last time we were all together in November for the Andre fight. Talk the talk the whole week, but you can just see the level of focus in their eyes. Talk to us about the KO streak for Benavidez.
I mean, look, you look at this and you got a lot of KO guys. I mean, look, we see Gary Antoine, who's
17 up, 17 down.
That's one. So we could go that. Even, young guys like Elijah Garcia on the streaming on that, the Amazon portion.
Tough versus Kyron Davis.
That's a real fight as well. So, I think, top to bottom, a lot of attention is being paid to Tank and David, and rightly so. It's a good card from the prelims all the way through. And, you're going to see, I'd say, look, you've got 3 fights on the prelims on Amazon, 4 on the pay-per-view. I'm going out, I'm saying we're getting at least 3 stoppages, maybe 4.
Wow, unbelievable card on the horizon. Something else I wanted to talk to you about, Stephen. It's a conversation that you and I have had just casually, and it is Turki Al-Sheikh, who has let it be known this last week that he's looking to buy all of boxing, kind of something that a lot of hardcore boxing fans that are in this room and involved in the sport truly were thinking about. Talk to us about that and the potential there is for that.
Yeah, look, I'm not one of the people that says boxing is broken. I say it's not operating optimally. We haven't optimized the sport. We're not getting it out of everything that we should. And look, I'm all for it. Whoever brings new ideas, a new vision, passion to the sport, I'm all for it. So look, for me, first off, We got to be fair to the fighters. They got to be able to compensate well. You know, they got to be fairly treated. We got to give them the shine. We got to elevate their fights. And anybody who comes with a new idea, a new structure, who's willing to work is good with me. So I think it's a big idea. They've got a lot of money. They've got a lot of passion about it. But there's a lot of details to work out. It's a lot of deal making to do. And then you got to figure out how it's going to operate. You know, is it joint venture? Are you buying people? Are you doing some sort of tournament?
They wanted something like the UFC model, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
But he wanted something like the UFC model where he just kind of points and guys fight each other.
Yeah, I mean, and look, there's a lot of advantages to that. But I think most boxing fans would say, we don't want the UFC. We don't want fighters treated the way the UFC treats their fighters. And that's why I say, look, I'm all for, a single structure. And, there's got to be financial reality that comes in. It's got to be financially viable. But we got to maintain fair compensation to the fighters, fair treatment to the fighters, continue elevating the sport and the individuals in the sport. So I think that we all get excited about, okay, we're going to see all the fights that we want. If that's the result, great. But we got to put on, okay, we get the fights that we want and the fighters are still being treated fairly, then it's a fantastic thing.
Excellent. Well, there you have it, folks. Mr. Stephen Espinoza, one of the most knowledgeable guys in the fight game. This is Marcus Hayes with Fight Hub TV. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Hub TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Hub TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.